So when can I get the results?
For a normal toxicological screen, an hour. An hour and a half on the outside.
Okay, well, just let me know as soon as possible. I will be at General Hospital. You can page me. And remember, this has to be kept a secret.
Who am I going to tell?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you had company. I'm Rex Stanton, Danielle's uncle. And you are?
Hi, Steve Lambert. I work with Jacob Skinner.
I wasn't interrupting anything important, was I?
Bennett Devlin likes manipulating people. He's got this slick car salesman smile.
Hold it. You're talking about your future father-in-law here.
Dad, here, be serious.
I am. Someday, you and Julie are going to want to get married.
Don't.
And then you and Devlin are going to have to be buddies. You know, Cubs games, the Bears.
I am going to take this coffee and pour it all over your nice new shirt.
No, wait. Now, think about this. I mean, what are you going to call him? Father. No, that's too formal. Dad. Yeah, Dad.
I am never coming in here again.
Don't look now, but here comes Dad.
I'll get you for this.
How's the coffee here?
It's the best in town. Mike, you coffee for Dr. Devlin?
Sure. Black?
Please. Okay. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Excuse me, John. There you go. Thank you. Love.
Frank, well, I just wanted to say that I hope there were no hard feelings for me recommending you for the Colson job. With the best of intentions. The only reason I really wanted to remain anonymous was that I didn't want you to feel obligated to me in any way.
Not much chance of that happening.
You sure?
Positive.
Well, that's great. That's great. And if bygones are bygones, I'd like to offer an invitation to dinner.
What's the occasion?
I'm leaving Port Charles.
Dr. Harmon's physical disability prevents him from functioning capably as a surgeon. Well, that's a load of garbage.
I am very sorry, Matt. I know you're angry, but...
Angry? I'm not angry. I am furious. That man has a mindset that's stuck in the dark ages.
Listen to me. You tried. You gave it your best shot.
No way. He hasn't seen my best shot. I'm not going to let him do it. Excuse me.
I'm afraid he's already done it.
No means only one thing to me. Opportunity. This isn't over, Dr. Bridges. It's just getting started.
What is it with you two, huh? I mean, you just scared that poor woman to death.
She didn't sound scared to me. She sounded angry.
You know, it was bad enough when these rumors you were spreading about me tampering with Collins's IV were kept in-house. Now you're telling patients? Lucy Coe had every right to tear my head off just then.
Well, somebody should have. Kevin Collins almost died.
Yeah, that wasn't my doing. He wasn't my patient. And I will not let you get away with this low-life attack on my reputation.
Let's back off, Chris. All right, you had opportunity and you had motive.
Opportunity and motive. God, you sound like a hack TV cop.
So if you didn't do it, tell me who did.
Goodbye, Dr. Cooper. Goodbye, Father Greg. Hello, Trouble.
You weren't interrupting anything at all. I was just leaving.
Oh, not on my account, I hope.
No. I have a lot of work to do. Call me.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
Hi, Scott?
Yeah.
Scott, hey, where are you?
Oh, come on. I'm at the hospital. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. Well, don't move. I'll be right there. How do you feel?
I feel fine. What about the blood test?
It's okay. My friend is doing the toxicological screen on it right now.
Well, are we sure that we can trust this guy?
Absolutely.
Well, come on. Don't keep me in suspense. What was Eve Lambert doing here?
We just worked together, and she had some professional questions to run by me.
Oh, really? What do we have here? You're not moonlighting on me now, are you?
She just has a friend she wants to run some tests for.
Really? Who might that friend be?
I don't know.
Of course you don't. What do you say we put our heads together and figure this out? Eve Lambert has a friend who is anxious to get the results of a private blood test. Now, who might... Oh, no, I couldn't be that lucky. No. Manna from heaven. Scott Baldwin.
So you're leaving?
Yes. And I know that you and I really got off on the wrong foot, but I'm hoping with all my heart that we can put our differences behind us.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
Now, I can see how you were able to wrap Julie around your little finger. How you convinced her that you only arranged that job offer to help me. Help me get 700 miles away from your precious daughter.
You're wrong. I only wish you well.
I can see right through you, Dr. Devlin. Right through that big smile and kindly manner.
Sorry you feel that way.
I doubt that.
I hope you two are happier than you look.
We're fine.
We're fine.
Hi.
Actually, I was just telling Frank that I'm leaving. You don't have to pretend. I know you wanted me out of your hair for a while now.
A little, but I'll miss you.
That's really sweet of you, honey. Means the world to me. But I've been away from your mother for too long, you know, and actually we were just discussing where I could take you both for a farewell dinner.
I'm on call tonight, but lunch would be great if Frank could make it.
No, lunch is fine. How about here?
Well, listen, I've got a very full schedule at the hospital. I got meetings all day, and I just don't... Well, I guess I'll just find a way of making it work.
Thank you, Daddy. You're making my day.
Excuse me, Dr. Boardman. I think we have something to discuss.
If it's about the sling, the discussion is over. I have nothing to do with hospital finance.
Come on, man. That's BS. You sandbagged me with that non-recommendation.
What I wrote was what I perceived to be as the truth. Now, if you can't handle that, you take it someplace else.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? See, it's not going to be that easy, though. You see this problem? This problem isn't going away. We are going to have this out right here and right now if I have to hold you down to do it.
Mrs. Clark, what you have is a herniated disc right here at L5-S1.
But that's my back. Why does my leg hurt?
Because that disc is compressing the nerve root. Basically, what you have is a nice case of sciatica.
Oh, does that mean I'll have surgery?
No, actually, surgery is the last option. Right now, what we want to do is just get you started on some muscle relaxants, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, and something for the pain. And then basically, lots of rest and ice. And if you're not better in a few weeks, we'll get you started on a series of epidural injections.
Injections?
Yes. And then you should be back to your old self.
What do you mean, back to my old self?
Back to doing whatever you used to do before. But you gotta promise me, no more powerlifting, all right? And when you lift your granddaughter, I want you to lift from the knees, okay?
All right, Dr. Scanlon, I'll try.
Good for you.
Good morning. I'll be out of your way in a minute. Would you like to watch some TV?
Sure.
So long.
My friend is going to page me as soon as the tests are finished.
Test? How many tests?
Well, at least 2. The first one is to make sure that there are no drugs present, and the second one is to find out what kind of drugs they are.
Oh, brother. I'm going to have my head examined letting somebody do this that I don't know.
Well, you didn't leave me too many options.
I know.
All right, look. It's going to be all right. Once we find out what the problem is, we'll be able to fight it.
This guy that's doing the test, he's reliable.
Yeah, he's an intern that I work with.
What's his name?
Jake Marshak.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, you gotta have your head examined.
Why?
Jake's girlfriend, Danielle, is the one that's claiming to be Serena's biological mother, and I can't prove it, but her uncle Rex is the one I think kidnapped Serena.
Oh, my God. I met him. He was there.
He was there, so these tests that are being done, he knows about it? He knows it from me?
No, because, I didn't tell Jake whose blood it was. All right, there's no way that Rex can know.
This kind of thing could humble a man like me. The gods must be smiling on yours truly. This almost makes it too easy.
Yeah, you want to clue me in?
Eve Lambert just gave me all the evidence I need to prove that Scott Baldwin is using drugs.
How could you know that? I haven't run the tests yet.
When you do run those tests, don't waste your time on some red herring like food poisoning. No. I want you to go after the big trophy fish, hallucinogens, that sort of thing.
That's awfully specific.
Well, just call it a hunch.
So a friend of mine gives me an anonymous blood sample. My new partner here seems to not only know whose blood it is, but what to look for. I'll call that some kind of hunch.
When will we have the results of the tests?
It's going to take me about 24 hours to do a full workup, though.
Don't stand there dawdling, boy. Let's go, chop, chop. I want to know the results. Those tests, I want to know if my hunch is right.
You wrote that Dr. Harmon's physical disability prevents him from functioning capably as a surgeon. He should be removed from any consideration for a surgical rotation. Okay. You write something like that about a guy, you must figure he's going to get the news. And then what? Fold up his tent and roll quietly into the sunset?
That report was written to Dr. Quartermain, not to you.
Well, I have a right to see anything in my file, according to my lawyer.
Save your attorney fees. This isn't about you being discriminated against. This is about you not facing reality.
I have faced reality. I walked out the door thinking I was going away for a skiing weekend with my best friends. And I come back several weeks later as a T12 paraplegic that has to use a wheelchair. You're the one that needs a reality check. What, a few flicks of your Bic, and you never have to have this cripple guy around to remind you? The doctors, doctors don't have to be these perfect machines that you keep demanding.
The medical establishment is not going to change for you.
Really? And how do you know?
What if a patient were to die on the table because you couldn't move fast enough?
What if you were to get a sudden appendicitis attack? Guys, you can't even look at me. That's because you're the crippled one here, man. Believe what you will. My decision stands.
Actually, spaghetti's better than I expected, considering the restaurant.
Mike always serves it al dente.
Oh, do you know where pasta originally came from?
China. Marco Polo brought it back.
Yeah, that's right. Genghis Khan gave it to him to bring back to Europe.
Actually, it was his grandson, Kublai Khan, who met with Polo.
Oh, sure.
I'm pretty darn sure. In Xanadu, did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree?
Coleridge.
Well, you know what? I don't care who invented it. It took the Italians to perfect it, as far as I'm concerned. Did you know that French cuisine, classical French cuisine, is Italian-based?
Because Catherine de' Medici brought Florentine cooks with her to France when she married the king. The Italians revolutionized French cooking.
Why do I feel like I'm suddenly on Jeopardy?
This is Dr. Ramsey. You paged me?
Yes. The patient in 612 needs to see a doctor immediately.
Whose patient is it?
She's asking for any doctor. Can you check?
Sure, I'll be right there. Hi, I'm Dr. Ramsey. What can I do for you?
Excuse me, Dr. Ramsey, do you have a moment?
Sure. Excuse me.
You just don't know when to quit, do you? What the hell do you think you were doing?
That was some face-off at lunch.
That bad, huh?
Like an overly polite hockey game. You two sat there quietly ripping each other apart to see who had the biggest brain.
I'm sorry, Julie. I did my best. I tend to get real testy when I think I'm being manipulated.
I know. I don't like feeling manipulated either. But you have to understand, my dad still feels like he should have done more for my brother Buddy. Then maybe he wouldn't have lost him. Now I'm the only child he has, so I understand when he seems overprotective. It's always done with a great deal of love and thoughtfulness.
How did you get to be so nice being raised by that guy?
Actually, my mom raised me. My dad was always too busy.
Well, she must be a saint to put up with him.
She was. But they're really great together. You should see them. They've built the perfect marriage.
Yeah, I'll be home soon. I know. Of course I will. I always do. Yeah. You know what I'd really like? I'd love it if we could have dinner together. You know, in front of the fireplace or something. Yeah. Well, candles be perfect. I know. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, I love you too.
That sounds familiar. Are you leaving?
I think it's time to go.
Oh, I can't say I'll miss you.
And here I was thinking you'd be crushed by the news.
Yeah, right.
Well, at least it would have been more polite.
Oh, I've never been really big on polite then.
I remember.
What's the matter? Are you upset because you couldn't hit on any of the young female interns because your daughter was a part of the group?
I told you, since our time together, I have not seen another woman.
Don't do that.
Do what?
And here I was, all set to give you a gold star for being good.
Farewell present?
You don't quit, do you? Well, traditionally, this is where I'd say I hope we meet again, but since I don't, I'll just say bye-bye. Take care, Ben.
You couldn't wait to get even with me, huh?
I got a page to 612. I answered it. Ask the nurse.
What happened?
This bastard changed the medication and dosage on my chart.
What? What are you talking about? I didn't touch that chart.
What took you so long? Is there any word?
No, just relax, okay? Jake is cool, believe me.
Well, Jake is not the one I'm worried about. It's Rex.
Rex would have to put a gun to Jake's head to get those results.
Well, that's my point. Rex would put a gun to somebody's head, or even worse.
Jake.
I got the initial results. It's positive for drugs.
My boy, you have just given me the keys to the kingdom. I want you to lock this away where it will be safe and sound. That is my secret weapon to get Serena and her rather sizable bank account away from her drugged out, irresponsible father. The test was going to be positive.
Did he say what the drug was?
No, he can't do that without a second talk screen.
When can we do that? Because I want to know what drugs I was given.
Do you still think you were dosed?
Of course I was dosed, and I know who did it.
Well, where are you going?
Let me get some answers.
Of all the doctors in Port Charles, Scott Baldwin picks you to test his blood. Brilliant. Brilliant. We'll sail into court with enough evidence to prove that Daddy of the Year is a certified druggie. Dr. Lambert, did you or did you not draw blood from Mr. Scott Baldwin and give same-set blood to Dr. Jake Marshak for drug screening? You did. Dr. Marshak, would you please tell the court the results of that test? I see. So you're saying, Doctor, the results prove beyond any doubt the presence of drugs in Mr. Baldwin's system? Thank you, Dr. Marshak. No further questions. Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
Don't you do me a favor? Stop the theatrics, okay? I get your point.
Well, then why don't you do me a favor and hurry up with a second round of tests? Baldwin is ingesting something naughty, and I want to find out what it is. And as long as you're tinkering with your chemistry set, what do you say we find out if Serena's DNA matches up with Danielle's,
Now, you want me to cook you some dinner while I'm at it?
Disgruntled employees are such a drain. I do wish you would try to see things from my point of view. I am merely pursuing what is rightfully mine. I deserve custody of my niece's adorable tyke and her 9-figure bank account. I'll be in touch. Excuse me.
Chris, this is not my handwriting. You changed Mrs. Clark's chart.
Yeah, well, if you look closely, you'll see it's not my handwriting either.
You disguised it. Even you wouldn't be that stupid.
Would you two listen? I was on my way to Devlin's lecture when I got a page to 612.
Who told you to come to 612?
I didn't ask. Okay? Now, I walked in the room, I saw the patients resting comfortably, I picked up her chart and read it. That's it, end of story.
You're lying, Chris. I mean, this has become such a habit with you that you can do it without even blinking an eye.
You know, you and your conspiracy theories are wearing thin. Beginning to think you two are as sick as Cooper was.
I want to help you find the answers.
Come on, Eve, you've already done enough.
Oh, I'm your favorite doctor. All right, take me through the day when you got sick. Who'd you talk to?
Well, you, Karen, Lucy, you others, I think.
And what did you have to eat?
Well, those damn fish sticks are still in question, but other than that, nothing unusual.
Are you sure?
Yes, but it doesn't mean that somebody couldn't have drugged me. I mean, there's a million ways to do it. My coffee.
Why would someone want to drug you?
I don't know. Why don't you ask your friend Jake? I'm sure he's got a pretty good idea. He's been hanging around with Danielle and Rex.
You cannot accuse Jake without having any evidence against him.
Well, it's my gut feeling right now. And, you know, I'm just going to have to go with that. I'll see you.
What the hell did you say to Boardman?
I told him a few simple truths, that's all.
Look, don't give me attitude. The man practically bit my head off. He was so angry. What happened now?
I told him to stop looking at me like a cripple and start looking at me as a doctor. I told him if anybody was a cripple around here, it was him, with his stupid, narrow, prejudiced outlook.
What is it with you? You have a suicide complex? You don't talk to people like Boardman in that manner. You know, there's absolutely no way in hell that you're ever going to operate now.
Why? Because one ignorant man says no? Who gives him the right to decide my life?
He is the chief surgical resident of this hospital.
I don't care.
Matt, you cannot buck the system.
Oh, don't bet on that. I've become an expert at bucking the system. Years ago, I couldn't have even gone to medical school because none of the campuses were wheelchair accessible. There were no curb cuts, there were no ramps, and even if I could have gotten into some of the buildings, I wouldn't have been able to get into most of the bathrooms. That system of yours wouldn't have let me.
Not my system. The system. And besides, that's all changed now. You have the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Well, you can thank the Vietnam veterans for that. Not to mention other disabled activists. You know, when those men and women came back from the war, they could barely find any facilities for the disabled. And when they started to ask why, they were told that people had been asking for years, ever since the end of World War II, to get something going for the disabled. But you know, nothing ever really happened. Nothing happened. That was the system's fault. So those people went straight at the system. They organized, they started fighting. They weren't asking for the moon, Dr. Burgess. They were just asking for reasonable accommodations. And they got them. Handicap parking, wheelchair accessibility, braille services for the blind, services for the hearing impaired. They just got what they needed. We got what we needed. And it was because of their effort and their perseverance that I can be here today. You know, they never stopped fighting, and neither will I. I may have blown it with Dr. Boardman today, but I'm not finished. I'm not finished by a long shot.
I didn't touch your damn chart.
Keep your voice down, all right? My patient does not need to hear you.
Me? You started this.
You tried to sabotage my career the same way you tried to sabotage
You guys are way too paranoid.
Hey, your voices are echoing off the walls. What's going on?
Karen and I entered Mrs. Clark's room and found Chris altering her chart.
If we hadn't come in time, Mrs. Clark would have gotten the wrong medication.
Don't believe them.
I'm going to report this.
Report what?
Dr. Ramsey here altered a patient's chart and intentionally endangered her life.
That's a very serious charge.
It's also a lie.
Dr. Scanlon, I entered Mrs. Clark's room and found Dr. Ramsey with her chart.
You saw me reading the chart.
Hold on. You'll have your turn.
Go on. All right. The patient is allergic to codeine. So I prescribed oxycodone for her pain. If someone had changed it to acetaminophen with codeine.
If Joe hadn't caught it, she would have gone into anaphylactic shock or even full arrest.
Dr. Ramsey, you changed the medication?
I didn't change anything. I was called to the room. I picked up the chart and read it. Then these two burst in. They dragged me into the hall and started yelling at me.
We weren't yelling at...
Enough.
I hope you both realize what a serious charge this is. I'm going to hand this matter over to Dr. Burgess to investigate. In the meantime, Dr. Devlin's farewell address starts in 10 minutes. I expect all of you there behaving like doctors. Is that understood?
Yes.
Yes.
We doctors have the best job in the world. Now, I went into medicine for two reasons. I always enjoyed science, and I liked seeing how things worked. But also, I always wanted to be able to help people. Still feel that way. Now, you doctors have entered into one of the most exciting phases of your training. The chance to put into practice what you learned in med school. You'll find it hectic and exhausting, and trust me on this one, a very humbling experience. But you will also find it one of the most rewarding of times. I remember too clearly going from one rotation to another, each one fascinating in its own way. But it was the surgical rotation that got me. I knew that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. My family manufactured clothes. They made a product and they sold it. And in that business, to really succeed, you have to create a need for that product. Now, we as doctors don't have to create a need for our services. We are needed. What you and I do as doctors matters. As a surgeon, when I use my hands to help a patient survive an affliction, I call on all my learning, all my skill, to fix something that's wrong, to make someone well. And the result is so rewarding, and visible proof of that skill.
When I look at a human body, I see something both fascinating and so beautiful. The structure of it, the anatomy, the physiology. It's a thrill to me just to see it work. And as doctors, if we perform our job well, the body helps with the result. We can actually observe it recuperating, knowing that we have done something good for someone. Now, there are the rewards. Financial, esteem. But with all my heart, I believe that we would do it anyway. Our product is health, and it's the most important thing that you can give someone. We do our job right, we prolong someone's life. And there is nothing you can manufacture. There's nothing you can sell that can compete with that. Each and every one of you, I wish you great success. And I am indeed proud to call you my colleagues.
Where's Rex?
Why are you asking me?
Come on, I'm not here to play games. I was drugged, and I want to know how he did it.
How? Who did?
Rex Stanton, you dummy! And I can't wait to start building my case against you. By the time I get through, you and Danielle are going to spend the rest of your lives in Sing Sing.
What the hell are you talking about? I swear, I don't know anything about it.
That's right, Jakey. Even you don't know how it was done. A little dab will do you. One lick of this envelope and it's psycho time. Just wait till you find out about that inspired piece of genius.
Okay, let's see now. Do we have everything that we need on the invitation? The date?
Yes.
And the time?
Yes.
And the praise?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, so, what else?
We decorate them with stickers.
Hey, right. Yes, well, let's see what we have got here. Oh, look, how about pumpkins?
Pumpkins aren't scary.
Oh, they're not? Oh, well, what do you think we should use then?
These, witches, ghosts, and black cats.
Oh, okay. Oh, and skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, let's go. Let's start putting them on there. Fun, huh? Oh, honey, you know what? I don't think we have any envelopes.
Don't worry. Daddy keeps a lot of them in his briefcase.
Oh. Oh, Serena, maybe we shouldn't use those. Maybe Daddy likes to kind of save those, you know, for business.
No, it's okay. Daddy always shares with me.
Oh.
I'm not an idiot. I mean, I would never change a patient's chart. And even if I did, I wouldn't stick around waiting to get caught at it.
Good point.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm being blamed for everything that goes wrong in this hospital lately. And everyone thinks I tampered with Kevin Collins' IV, and they think I altered Mrs. Clark's chart and put those stupid files in my locker.
Not everyone, if it's any consolation. I'm trying to keep an open mind. Except for the files. You did have mine, too.
Yeah, well, thanks for the vote of semi-confidence. You know, the problem is, how do I prove a negative? I mean, how do I prove that I didn't do any of these things?
Simple. If not you, then who?
Careful, you're starting to sound like Joe and Karen. They've been hammering at me with that same stupid question. Wait a minute. I am an idiot.
What?
Come on. Hey.
You know, back off, Chris, because we don't want to hear any more of your lies.
Hear me out, please.
There's nothing you can say that's going to
Let him finish. What's it going to hurt?
Fine. Go ahead.
Look, I'm sorry I yelled at you. But when you guys came at me in Mrs. Clark's room, I was too angry to think straight.
What did you expect us to do?
Exactly what you did. But once I calmed down, I thought about it. And I realized something. That was the whole point of it.
The whole point of what?
Think about it. Why would I do something so potentially damaging to my own career as to alter your chart and then stick around so you could catch me at it?
Because you're stupid.
You weren't the only one set up, Karen. I was too.
That's right.
Now you say you didn't make a mistake with Kevin Collins' IV. Hey, I believe you. And I believe Joe didn't make a mistake on Mrs. Clark's chart. And I certainly didn't put those stupid files in my locker. I mean, don't you get it? The three of us have already been made to look bad.
And how did you come to this conclusion?
Something Julie just said reminded me.
What's that, Julie?
If not Chris, then who?
Face it, someone else is involved here. Someone who has it in for at least 3 of the interns, and it just makes me wonder who's the next victim.
And who's behind it all?
Dr. Harmon. Let me guess, you've decided to reverse your decision. Not even close. Your new duties. New duties. This is clerical work. A desk job. I'm a doctor, man. You're also an intern. And as such, you'll perform the duties assigned to you by the senior surgical resident. Is that clear? Perfectly.
Oh, excuse me. I left my folder. There it is.
Ben, before you go, your speech, it was nice. A little long-winded, but nice.
Well, thanks.
Are you really sorry to say goodbye?
Only to you.
Me?
It was you that I was speaking to. I mean, especially the part about colleagues. It's the way I feel about you now, Eve. You are a good doctor. I wanted you to know that.
Thanks.
I've been watching you in the ER and with the patients, and you make them feel at ease. You make them feel safe. And that's such an important attribute for a physician.
That means a lot coming from you.
You've changed so much since we first met. I mean, God, it seems like so long ago now.
Oh, it was. It was. It was my second to last year in med school, and you were lecturing the class on a patient with a massive intracranial bleed. Remember?
You got a good memory.
Well, you had quite an effect on me.
I saw you, and I felt like I'd been hit by a thunderbolt.
All right, well, I only went to the faculty reception because I thought you might be there.
No.
Yeah.
Really? Well, actually, before I left my place, I called to see if you'd shown up.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there was no reason for me to attend if you weren't there.
That was a long time ago, Ben.
I know. And I'm just sorry that you don't remember the past with the same fondness that I still feel. But I've got no one to blame but myself. Anyway, all the best.
This is my absolute favorite. I just love the way you made this witch's nose all green.
That's a pickle nose.
Oh, a pickle nose, right. Well, then it must be a Halloween pickle.
There's no such thing as a Halloween pickle.
Oh, you know you're right. But there is such a thing as a Halloween pickle. I gotcha. Oh, I have so many. Start putting them in the envelopes, will you? Okay.
Don't ever do that to me again.
You remember what it was like?
I'm trying to forget. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get dressed.
Eve.
Get out. Or do I have to scream?
Well, that's okay. Excuse me for just being a little anxious to get you upstairs.
Hi, how are you?
It's Serena and Gayle. Wow.
Welcome home,
Thank you very much.
Can I give you a hug, or will it hurt?
A hug would feel just great. Oh,
tell me about it.
Oh, yes, I know. All right, little one, what have you been up to?
Grandma says I can have a Halloween party, and I'm inviting my whole class.
Oh, that's just great. What are you going to go as?
I want to dress up as one of the Spice Girls.
But me know Grandma said they don't wear enough clothes, you know, so I was afraid she might catch pneumonia.
Not if you wear enough makeup.
Can I dress Sigmund up as a chicken?
Well, if it's not beneath his sense of duck dignity.
You know, I'm really going to have to ask Sigmund about that. He might prefer being, say, a swan, perhaps.
I think a rooster would be good.
Would you like to help us with the invitation?
I would.
In a little while.
Kevin's really.
I would like a nap.
He's tired.
Very
He's so
tired right
and
now, yeah.
so we're going to
We'll go upstairs and...
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll help her with the invitation.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we'll see you after a while.
Come on, you have to get some more stickers on this. Okay.
Look, I'm not working for Rex.
I don't believe you.
Look, I don't even like the guy. I hate what he's done to Danielle.
Yeah, she's terrified of him. Why is that?
Because he's overbearing and rude.
Oh, I think it's a little bit more than a personality clash. I think that he is threatening her with something. No. Look, you have no reason to trust me. I've been a little hard on you. But I want to help.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yes, I do. If I can help my daughter, I will do anything. Now, I have a lot of money. I know a lot of people. If Rex has got something on Danielle, I'll make it go away like that. Just tell me what it is.
Come on, Jake. Tell him it's time to go home.
Why are you so afraid of Rex?
I'm not afraid of him, but your girlfriend is, and you are covering up for her.
Don't do something stupid, Jake, or you'll be very, very sorry.
I really wish you would trust me.
Marcia.
Stanton, although we don't want our guest to know that now, do we?
What are you calling about?
You're starting to waver, Jakey, and that troubles me. So I think it's time you know that I am the one responsible for Mr. Baldwin's erratic behavior. And unless you want to wind up as drugged as he was, or worse, you will change the subject and get him out of there.
You certainly are well informed.
Oh, there is so very much about me you don't know, Jake.
And I don't want to know.
Tell him to be on his way. And you have a nice day.
Who was that, Jake?
Telephone solicitations. I hate them.
Yeah, so do I. So you gonna tell me what's going on?
No. I'm not going to tell you, because there's nothing to tell. See, I'm just a hard-working, upstanding citizen. Thanks for your offer, anyway.
The offer still stands. If you change your mind, you let me know.
gone over the line this time, Rex!
Where's my envelope?
Oh, I don't know. It's on the floor. How about that?
There you are. Trying to run away from me, are you? Naughty, naughty envelope. I better count the others to make sure they're all there.
Oh, yeah. How many are in the class now? 1, 2, 3. Oh, don't lick the envelope.
Why not?
Well, you know, we have so many to seal that we'll just wait till we get a sponge and then we'll wet them all. We don't know what's in that yucky glue. I don't want you to get it all over your tongue.
Yucky, right.
Nurse Cone is reporting for duty, Doctor.
You know, no one on staff looked at anything like you.
I hope nobody on staff treated you like this either.
Only the night nurse. Oh, you know, she did that too.
I hope she didn't kiss it and make it all better.
Excuse me, Miss Lucy.
Gayle! Yes? What is it?
Well, we were just wondering if you have any stamps.
Stamps! Yeah, let me, drawer, desk, left, cubby, hole thingy.
Oh, okay. Thanks a lot. Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
You didn't interrupt anything yet.
Oh, that's your private line.
I don't care.
Oh, wait, you gotta get it. It might be important.
Yes, I don't care.
But what if it's got about those darn blood tests?
Now I really don't care.
Kevin Collins.
Oh, please. What? I don't know. I'll ask. Do we serve the number 4 without anchovies?
What?
I didn't think so. No, we don't. Goodbye.
Give me that. Oh.
Now, where were we?
You were telling me what the night nurse did and didn't do for you.
Oh, no, actually. I was going to show you.
Ignore it.
It's amazing. I kiss you and I still hear bells.
I gotta get it, don't I? I got it. Well, I have to. You know what? I hate this thing. I tell you what, as soon as I get it, I'm gonna smash it with my heel. I'm gonna break it into smithereens. You're supposed to improve my life, not ruin it. Hello? Oh, Serena, no, you're not bothering us one little bit. Okay, bye. Oh, guess what? We're about to get a delivery.
A delivery?
Yeah, it should be right just about now. Oh, Serena, it's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nighty-night.
Nighty-night. Oh, look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Welcome home, Kevin. Isn't she talented?
Oh. So this is what it's like to have children.
I think so. Do you mind?
No, not at all. It's just at this rate we're having trouble adding to the population. Hi.
What do you want?
Well, actually, I would like to apologize if I stepped on a line. And what? I can't help it if we have chemistry still.
Oh, listen, even if we did, I wouldn't act on it.
Well, maybe that's the difference between us.
What we did was the biggest mistake of my life.
Well, if we weren't in a public place, I would love to convince you otherwise.
If you ever touch me again, I will lay a sexual harassment suit on you so fast it'll wreck your hairdo.
Excuse me, Dr. Lambert. Have you seen Dr. Morris? She's not answering her page.
I'll take it.
That's odd. It's not like Julie to miss a page.
Well, that's right, because she's reliable and trustworthy. She must take after Mrs. Devlin.
It's good of you to cover for her.
I like Julie. It's her father I have trouble with.
Where's the microphone?
What microphone?
The one you've been using to listen in on my conversations. Get it out of here now.
My, temper.
Look, I put up with threats against my family, against Danielle. I've done everything you've asked me to do. But I will not. You understand me? I will not be spied upon. Now you get your bug, and you get the hell out of here.
Jakey. Now, doesn't it make you feel all comfy, cozy, knowing that Uncle Rex is watching out for you?
No, it makes me feel like you don't trust me.
Well, I did. Until I overheard you start to spill your heart to Scott Baldwin.
I didn't say anything to Scott.
Only because I stopped you.
You don't know that.
Oh, yes, I do. Do not team up with Scott Baldwin against me. The consequences would be too frightful for both of you.
What?
I just haven't seen you like this in a while. I was just savoring the moment.
Well, maybe you better savor it. Rather quickly, because you never know, Serena may be coming for a personal nighty-night. Oh, boy. That isn't Serena.
Not unless she's on steroids.
Who is it?
Lucy, Kevin, I gotta talk to you. It's important.
Here, put it on. Look, he said it was
Lucy,
important.
what are you...
He said it was important. Son, I'm trying. Just hold on one tiny minute.
Listen,
Hey.
you're never gonna believe what Jake was about to... Oh. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting here.
No, Scott, whatever makes you say that?
No. Don't mind him. What did Jake say? What was important?
Well, in the end, it wasn't really that important. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Not if I can help it.
I'm sorry.
So, what do you think gave it away?
So, tell me, Doc, do you think we're gonna even have a teeny tiny glimmer of hope of making love tonight at all?
I have an idea.
We made it!
Safe at last.
No, not until you close that door. Lock it.
Excuse me while I lock the door.
Okay. Oh, the phone. Okay, I'm gonna take the phone off the hook.
I'll get the drinks.
Deal. Okay. Cell phone's off.
Check.
Beaver's off.
Check.
Oh, good. Ooh, bed's just fine.
And I'm sure the bathroom is vacant.
Alone at last.
So close yet so far. Come over here.
Wait,
Oh.
wait, one more thing. Okay.
No matter how many times I look at you, you always take my breath away.
Uh-oh. No, don't. You can't do that. Because they'll call the police and I'll have to get rid of them. I'll get rid of whoever it is. Don't move. Patience. I'll get him. Who is it? Who is it?
Room service.
We didn't order anything!
Compliments of the hotel, sir.
Oh, come in.
Champagne, fruit basket. Shall I open up the bottle?
Thanks. I can handle it. Tip. Door. Good night.
Oh.
Care for champagne?
No. I have everything I need. Right.
Right answer. Oh,
Good morning, Eve. Good morning. Coffee and a blueberry muffin. Okay. Well, I'm glad to see you finally got a little tarnish on that perfect halo of yours. What? They missed you at the hospital last night. But don't worry. I covered for you. What happened? I had a lot of thinking to do. About what? About that married man you told me you had an affair with in med school. You're joking. No, I'm not. Well, it must have been a slow night because I know I don't like to think about that. That was when my father was teaching in Minnesota. He taught there? Don't act so innocent, Eve. I put two and two together. The man in your story was my father. Okay, all right. Hold on a second. You have no idea what you're talking about. I saw you kissing him. Oh, God. And I introduced you in our kitchen. Dad, this is my roommate, Eve. You know her much better than I do, but I'm totally clueless.
You two must have had a good laugh over that one. I never, ever thought I would see him again, and I certainly didn't know that he was your father when we moved in together. If we weren't living together, you'd have no qualms about sleeping with him. No, Julie, I am not sleeping with him. Please, believe me. I'll never believe anything you say after this. You should meet my mother sometime. She's a terrific, wonderful lady. Okay, maybe she's not as young as you, but she's a good woman and she loves my father. This would kill her. Then don't tell her. Fine. But let me tell you what I think of you. You're a bitch. I'm gonna take that coffee to go, please.
Dare we ring for coffee?
No way. We dare not. I don't want any outside intrusion. I have everything I need right here.
I'm still amazed that I can even be happy. Wouldn't you know, all I ever needed was you.
But we're like the same coin broken in half. And the pieces, ooh, they fit together awfully nicely.
Oh, boy, do they fit.
Don't you think this reality here is a lot better than any old dream?
Are too good to be true,
You could, pinch me, just in case you need to make sure that I'm here, if you want.
Okay.
You could probably, if you feel the need to do it again, it's okay with me.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to spoil it. But okay.
Okay, turnabout is fair play. This is great. Absolutely fantastically great.
It's only going to get better, you know.
I know. Hey, you don't suppose that, after some time has gone by and everything's settled down, you don't suppose that maybe we might try to get pregnant again, huh?
Absolutely. I couldn't think of any other way, or a better way, to prove how much I trust you, or our life, by creating another life together. What's the matter?
I'm just scared. All those miscarriages, I'm just scared.
Lucy, you also carried Serena to term, and look how well she turned out.
I know. I did. It's just I want to go see a doctor maybe and find out what's wrong with me.
If something's wrong with you, then all right. We'll go see a specialist. In the interim, this doctor makes house calls.
Thank goodness.
Change your mind about saying goodbye?
Listen to me for a minute, Ben. We have a problem. Julie knows.
About what?
About us. She saw you kiss me.